Hi everybody, I am here with a very important message. I myself moved out of state and I know how much of a challenge that can be. So I thought I would get on here and share with you the steps that you're going to need to take in order to make a really large move. Doesn't matter what state you're going to, but any move out of state is going to come with the same steps. So stay tuned for the entire video so you know how to get that move process started. And don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel because I'm always here with more information for you. Okay, step one, you need to have a conversation with your partner, no matter who you're moving with, and get on the same page with what is important to both of you for your new location and what you're expecting to have happen as far as what you both want to do in your new town. So if restaurants are important to you guys, if schools are important to you guys, make sure that you and your partner are both on the same page. Have your pros and cons list together and have some really in-depth, very important conversations. Next up is going to be to plan a vacation or a trip to the city or cities that you're considering moving to. There's nothing like visiting a town to get to know the people, to just chat with people at the grocery store, to look around at the schools, to check out different shopping centers. There's nothing like doing that in person to really get a feel for a city and a town and a state. People in different states have different personalities, different cultures. So really finding a place that talks to you, that speaks to your heart is going to be a super important step. Your next step is really going to start with your employment search. It is super important to start looking on job boards, checking out classifieds, maybe reaching out to anyone that you might know in the local area that you're considering moving to see if they might have any job leads for you. If you have a company that has a good transfer policy, a good transfer program, finding out if there's any job opportunities in the new city you're going to be moving to is huge. It's very, very important, not only to obviously have your income ready to go, but if you're purchasing a home, your lender is going to need to see a pre-approval process letter, is going to need a letter from your employer stating your new income and when your start date is. It's very, very important for purchasing a home. That being said, finding out your living situation is going to be very important as well, obviously. Myself, my husband and I, we actually separated our states for a little while. He had his job start back in March of the year that we moved, and my job continued where we lived before through May. So he left to move out a little sooner than I did. He got our home process completed. He was there on the ground, work started for a couple months before I made it out there. That was really important for us to make sure that he had his established income as well, so that once we did that lender process that I was explaining, they had some record of work, some pay stubs and everything to go for him. So work, that is your step before housing, but housing comes right after that. When I'm talking about housing, I could be talking about renting or buying. It doesn't really matter. It's up to you. I was going to rent a house just to kind of see if I had a favorite neighborhood. But what happened was we got out here to start looking for rental properties, and there was nothing that was going to fit our family's needs. So myself being a realtor, I said, you know what? That's probably a great sign that it is not a good idea for us to rent. So I jumped on the looking for homes process right away. And we actually narrowed it down to a few homes, came out and looked at them, and we made an offer. I actually made an offer on a house sight unseen. So what had happened was one of the houses I liked online, when I came out to see it, wasn't available anymore. So I went home and another one came up, and I said, you know what, I like this one enough. We're gonna make an offer. We made a competitive offer. We got the house, and it was perfect timing. I think it was the right house for us, so it was great. Speaking of housing, then the timing question becomes, when do I list the house I'm living in now, knowing that I'm moving to a new state? Times change pretty quickly here. So the number one thing I'd say for you in this situation is to talk to a realtor. Especially, I would start with a realtor of the state that you're moving to. That realtor is going to need to find a partner to work with locally for you in your current state. So I always say start out with your realtor that you're working with in your new state, unless you have a relationship with your realtor locally that you are going to use for that listing. Either way though, those two realtors need to partner up, because that's going to be a huge time save for everyone involved when it comes to negotiations and making sure that the lender knows what the plan is for your financial situation. And then also knowing that the agent in your new state is going to be confident to present offers to the sellers for homes that you're going to be bidding on, that your house in the current state that you're in will sell because they're confident in the agent who's listing it. That's a very, very important step in the process. One of the biggest challenges in moving to another state is leaving your friends and family. So I would suggest hosting or going to a restaurant and having a goodbye event for you. It's a good closure, to have everybody say goodbye at the same time. And it's important for you to say goodbye on your own terms. So I'd say get together with some friends and family, get everything going, and really look forward to your move. That's just a very simplistic version of the story of my move, but I have tons and tons of information. I have lots of time to answer questions. I'd be happy to share more of my story, but those are the first steps you need to take. And like I said, it's very important to have a really great team behind you when you're doing a huge move like that. So please reach out to myself. My name again is Amy Stauffer. My phone number is 208-999-7219. I personally moved from California to Idaho, so I know even more information about those two states, but I'm here to help with any state, any move. I've got agents all across the country that are super happy to help anytime you have questions. Have a great day.